And our next game has begun.
Yes! Almost said turn advanced.
So our opponents this time are mkonyn and evandariel.
Or at
Evandariel.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's a reference to Dariel from Diablo 2.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
doubt it, but
Well, I'm guessing he was just adding adding his name Evan to Dariel. I don't know.
maybe. Or that's his full name and his last name is Daryl. I don't know. Anyways, they are currently ranked 21st with a rating of 1687.
Oh,
Done.
are you looking at the settings?
I am.
What are you? Okay.
No, I'm actually just spouting this from memory.
Good job. That's clever, man. I mean, clever, smart. That's an incredible memory. 21st with a rating of 1687. Yes. So they're not bad. Not too bad.
Well, let us check out their profiles.
Yes.
Conan, the Doge face.
Yes, exactly. The Doge.
He joined WarLight in 2011.
Wow. Almost as far back as we did, right? We did it in 2010, I think.
12, isn't it?
Really?
Something like that.
Makes me want to go look at our
No,
profile.
you might be right.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, he is his best rank in the 1v1 is 39th. Their best rank in the 2v2 is 11th.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in some seasonals. He's played a whole total of 1,338 ranked games. He's just one past elite.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
He's won almost 800. 58% 1v1, 68% 2v2. He hasn't played a huge variety of games.
No, that's something actually different from what we're used to seeing in these profile looks.
Mm-hmm.
We normally see a lot of free-for-alls and crazy 2v2v2v2v2s.
Yeah. Okay, taking a look at his teammate, evandariel. Rick Astley's. Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Never gonna say goodbye. Tell a lie and hurt you. No, he won't.
He joined in 2013. His tagline is "Power Overwhelming." Yay. StarCraft reference.
Mm-hmm. Way back.
His best rank in the 1v1 is 88th. And he's played a couple seasonals, although not that many.
Not
He's
as
played
many.
614 ranked games and has won 380 of them. 58% 1v1, 71% 2v2, and he's played more variety than the other guy.
This is actually interesting. This is one of the few people we will ever see in the 2v2 ladder who has a very similar number of games to what we have. We've got around like 600 games completed. Something like that.
I don't quite have 600.
5 or 600. What I'm saying is it's close. Most people have a few thousand in the 2v2 ladder that I keep seeing in these profiles. It's like every 5,000 games. It's like, whoa, what 2,000 games? Because a lot of people play a lot of WarLight. We don't play quite that much. But when we do, we
prefer
mean
quality over quantity.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyways, we took a little bit of a look at their previous games, looking over their picking strategies and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also one of the rare teams that overlaps their picks.
Yeah, like we do.
Yeah. So, a little bit of a difference from ours, but they seem to be using it to try to do as much coverage of the map as possible by spreading out their picks. For example, they will often choose East Canada for the Azores. They will choose Magadan or Yakutia for positioning up here, Southeast Asia for positioning around Oceania and the Southeast Asian area.
Mm-hmm.
Some picks in Africa and Eastern Europe, things like this. Sometimes in Southern South America as well. Southern South America is a fairly common pick for them.
Yep. I think it really is on this board. I think South America is very likely for them. I'd say generally their most likely picks, just the ones that they tend to go for most often, definitely Southeast Asia. If it's in a good position, they go for it normally.
Yeah.
Then Central Africa is very likely, East Canada is very likely, and Southern South America would be likely, especially on this board, I
Yeah,
believe.
I mean, East Canada is a little bit less likely because the Azores is wastelanded. Oh, and we should probably talk about that.
Yeah.
On this board, we've got 5 wastelands in the Azores, Bafin Nunavut, Sverdlovsk, Iraq, and Cheetah. So those are the 5. So yeah, it leaves Africa open, South America open, most of North America it's fairly open, and with the Azores makes it relatively safe as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then all
So
of
it's very different from
Oceania
usual.
is open as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The entire everything outside of Siberia, Ural, is generally open, and of
Mhm.
course Middle East.
And it does make most of Europe isolated and safe.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
something we notice.
might want to assume that they might put something in Eastern Europe.
Yes, Eastern Europe is likely. Um, I would say generally on this board, uh, Borneo is very likely. Some spot in North America. I don't know what they'll go for. Might just go for East Canada out of habit. I don't know.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
because it's one of the better, maybe the best location in terms of just raw expansion potential. Like, South Canada is so slow. Alaska's decent, but it's a 2 bonus, so a little less efficient. We never see people go for Central America, so I don't know.
True. True. Central America is a rare pick.
It's just, for some reason, nobody picks it. Ever. Now, it
Well,
makes
it's
it
because
more
it's so
likely.
exposed, especially, it borders the Azores, it borders several bonuses in North America and borders South America.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, in general, you'd expect it to be picked more because you'd expect opportunities to come around like this, where Azores is wastelanded or the bonuses above it are wastelanded. There would be opportunities where it would be better, and it
True.
could be used as a counter against South America or something like that. You'd expect these things to happen more often, but for some reason, people never really go for it.
You think that we should go for it? And that's what I'm hearing.
I yeah, I think it's
I think
not a
it's a
bad
totally viable
3.
pick, yeah.
I think on this board it's definitely viable. I mean, it's just as weak against everything else as everything else is against it.
Yeah.
So,
And we also definitely need some stuff in Europe because of how isolated that's going to be. It's
mm-hmm.
going to be a lot harder to attack with the Azores wastelanded.
So how do we want to go about this? There are a few different ways we could look at this. We could try. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go for Southeast Asia. They're pretty sure
True.
about that. So what I'd like to do is do something like one of us could go for a combo or something like that, or just go for separate bonuses and try expanding freely, and the other guy could gift a spot in Indo-Chinese Peninsula, if we chose Myanmar, I should say. And then the next turn he can move the guy who was gifted a spot can move a stack into Singapore and threaten Southeast Asia.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that idea personally.
Although, this is a lot of we would need a way to get knowledge. So we have to choose accordingly to get knowledge of the pick.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking
Because if we're going to use a
definitely.
gift card before bordering, then we definitely need to.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was thinking Borneo would be picked before Myanmar, and it would be immediately after. If we're gonna do that, Central America. When to go for Central America in our picks?
Well, they aren't likely to choose
I'm
it, so it
not
doesn't
sure
need
if
to
we
be
should
one.
overlap. Yeah, it doesn't need to be one necessarily, just because for some reason no one picks it ever. It's like there's this unspoken rule: do not pick Central America. No one ever picks Central America.
Yeah. And if we're gonna have one person comboing, we could do it. And Brazil's decent. West US is possible with Hawaii.
That would be interesting,
Let's see.
but it's too likely they'll get a pick in the area, and then
Yeah.
what's the point?
West Russia is possible. South America is not. Australia is possible, although it does border Southeast Asia. So that's a
Hmm.
bit of a risk.
Hmm.
Especially, I mean, that kind of negates the possibility of South Asia counter. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not liking Brazil because of Southern South America. They
No.
chose that numerous times, especially when it was South Cone or Sur. I saw them choose it several times. So
Yeah.
that is not a good location. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of West US either.
West
Just
Russia would be
because
the
of the
most
Azores being
likely.
wastelanded, it's all but guaranteed they will choose something in North America.
Mm-hmm.
And considering East Canada is now a lot weaker than usual, it very well might be either South Canada or South US, North US, in which case they get a border very quickly.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. It's very likely that these things could happen. So, I just don't like comboing West US because it's if they have any pick in the area, then we're using 2 picks to fight against 1, and it's generally not a good idea if they're the same person. If they're different people, you can excuse it a little because you can try ganging up on the guy, but not in this situation. No,
Yeah.
with a combo.
It sounds like West Russia is probably the best bonus to go for, although
Yeah.
Eastern Europe being next to it is a likely pick. So if we're going to combo it, we need to
Oh
have
yeah.
Baltic as the one.
Yeah, definitely. Baltic 1, 2 West Central Russia. I would much rather personally have Finland be the pick, but I mean, they go for Eastern Europe. It's way too likely that you'd end
Yeah, I
up with
don't think
something.
they chose Scandinavia.
Yeah, and it's way too likely you would end up with something stupid like one person has Finland and West Russia, and then the other guy has Baltic states, and you're just left like you can see everything. And that would suck naturally. That would suck
Yeah.
hard.
What do we think about Yakutia, Russian Far East, that area?
Yakutia, Russian Far East. It's a 1 turn bonus, which they never
Yeah.
go for, but
Yeah, I didn't see them go for any one-turn bonuses, but they did choose Magadon and a bonus in Yakutia several times. Not as combos, but
just
just
separately.
as
Yeah.
part of their coverage. They wanted something in that area.
They're
Now,
both good bonuses
yeah, the
on
time when I
this.
saw them choose Yakutia, it was to counter Siberia, I thought. But Siberia is a wastelander, so that might not be as common of a pick for them now.
Yeah,
At least Yakutia, Russian Far East still might be.
yeah. Russian Far East is still fairly likely, but Yakutia would be less likely. You're right. Um, hmm. How do we want to go about that? So let's say one guy. I'm thinking we shouldn't overlap for this game, just because I'm trying to think of a way where we can do this. And if we went for like 1 Mexico, 2 Baltic states, 3 West Central Russia, 4 Borneo, 5 Myanmar, that's just the problem with that is that it's way too risky. That we we can end up with some guy losing Baltic states and getting West Central Russia and Myanmar, which
Yeah,
would
that would
not be
not
so
work out
good.
good. Yeah,
That
that
wouldn't be
person would
what
be
we want.
fighting both. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, okay. We can split it up. Hmm.
So I'm thinking instead one of us should go for Baltic states, West Central Russia. The other one should go maybe.
Thing in Central America, because that's pretty good still, or another one in Canada.
Yeah, it just feels like I'm wasting a 1 pick though to get Central America, but why not? Uh, 1 South Mexico, 2 Borneo, 3 Myanmar, and then what would you do beyond that? 4. I guess the 4, 5, 6 would just be like
We need
Nigeria.
stuff in Africa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Africa's the
exactly.
biggest weakness for us right now, I think.
Nigeria, Southern Horn, Egypt. Well, I like Myanmar and Southeast Asia against Africa. I like them because of
Yeah.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah, true. Sri Lanka does go in there.
So I don't think that's much of a weakness. And even East Central Europe, or Baltic states, I should say, Eastern Europe is decent against Africa. I mean, you just bust in through Mediterranean, Algeria, and well, here you are.
Yeah. Now, since we aren't overlapping, it makes it slightly less likely that we can steal Baltic states.
That's the problem as
So,
well.
yeah, there's a risk of a guy being in West Russia without the combo. So, in the event of that, then we definitely want him to get a 2 bonus. So he can try fighting and slowly expanding in a
Yeah.
2 bonus. Let's see.
At this point, you might.
Central Eurasia is a possibility, considering that we may have someone in South Asia. They can sort of work together a little
It's
bit, although it
true.
is really close to West Russia still.
Yeah, I prefer Alaska. Anchorage is a little better. Although the issue with that is, what if somebody is in Russian Far East? Then that's where the potential issue is there.
True.
Is Alaska could be a little worrisome.
And I'm not liking Africa. That's too likely of a counter.
No.
South Pacific is bordering Southeast Asia, which we think is possibly hostile. Yakutia, although that's even worse against Russian Far East.
Yeah.
And then what about the South US being right next to Central America? Maybe that be a 3 and then possibly a 4 in Alaska. That would give the person in Central America knowledge if we lose South US. And if the guy gets South US, then he still gets a 2 bonus.
I like that. All right. I like that. I really do like that. Maybe so. You're thinking 3 Gulf Coast,
And then 4 Alaska.
4 Alaska,
Yeah,
and
so
then
in the event of that, then we lost Baltic states and we lost South US.
we're looking good in that case because we know where they are.
We have knowledge of them, and we can also assume that Alaska is safe because it's unlikely they would have both of those as well as Magadan, I think. It's less likely than if if otherwise. If we know where 2 of their picks are, then it's unlikely that they're in a specific pick because they have fewer ones that we don't know about.
Yeah. True.
Okay,
Very
so
true.
then I guess the 5, 6, 7, or
5, 6.
it would never get to 7 actually.
I just say Nigeria, Southern Horn.
It would never get to 7 because
Yeah.
we have unoverlapped
Oh
first
wait,
few picks.
I guess it could because we have 4, 5, 6.
Well, my 4 isn't. So the only way that I would lose out on that I would get anything in Africa is if I lose 3 of my first 4 picks.
Yeah, which is possible though.
But you
Not
also would
likely.
need to lose 1. You would need to lose 2 as well.
Oh,
And
you're right.
so that's where it's impossible. In
Gotcha.
fact, I don't think I can ever even get to 6.
I'm I'm pretty sure
Oh,
that's
I'm just gonna
possible.
choose 6 just in case.
I'm pretty sure that's always possible, where you can lose 4 picks and be the last person.
Yeah, I mean, if they overlap their picks on top of mine, then yeah,
See, and that's something else.
that would be hilariously crazy.
Yeah, uh, that's something I'm thinking about. Is that actually possible? That let's say that one of us could be left out with no pick in Africa. And
Oh yeah,
just,
that's totally possible.
and no, I mean no pick in Africa because the other guy had a pick there, and our
Oh,
teammate.
you mean where someone has to go beyond 6 or something?
Yeah, is it
No,
possible
no,
you could eat
that's
7?
possible.
Well, I was just wondering because we have 4 and 5. That my 4 and 5 would be the same as your 5,
Well,
6.
if they overlap 3, well, you've got 3 picks outside of Africa, and I have 4.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I
so
don't think it's possible.
it would require all 4 of their picks just to put one of us in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what they do, they can't put both of us in Africa.
True.
So,
True.
and it would require 3 to get me into Africa. So the highest I can go is 6, and that's if they get Nigeria. Now, it's possible for you. What isn't your 6th pick in Northwest Africa?
Yep.
So it's
No, it's
possible for
North
you to.
Africa, not
Oh, okay.
Northwest.
Oh, north. Yeah. Okay, that's even better.
I like Egypt.
Yeah. So it's possible to get to that if you know, 4 of their picks are overlapping yours, and they get all those 4. Yeah. But I don't think it's possible for either of us to go above 6.
Okay. Well, good. I just wanted to make sure. It's not a big deal. I don't
Yeah, it
think
doesn't.
we're not
I'll
gonna
put a
get that
7
high.
down anyways, for the 0.01% chance that I'm wrong.
The likelihood that we get Egypt is
Extremely unlikely.
yeah. You're just gonna have Egypt a 7 just in case.
Yeah.
There you go, just in case. All right. Well, I like this. I like so. Let's reiterate because for once in our mini games, we actually can't see each other's. Our picks are not the same. So
Oh, I just assumed that you were going for Central America and I was doing the other stuff.
yeah,
Okay, just wanted to make sure
that's
that we
fine.
weren't accidentally overlapping.
Yeah, you can be the hopeful
Combo. Yeah.
yeah, the hopeful combo, the hopeful reserve of reinforcements that we will call upon in need at Indo-Chinese Peninsula.
Yeah. Hopefully, if stuff goes wrong, you know, well, if I end up getting the combo and you get 1-3 in South Asia, then we can do the gift in Indo-Chinese Peninsula and destroy the guy in Southeast Asia. Otherwise, we may have to do a gift in West Russia somehow to fight in Europe. I don't know, but it'll
Yeah.
probably get pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. It could definitely turn into a brawl. That's the way a lot of our games have been.
Yeah, considering we are facing a team that overlaps,
And
it
goes
makes it
coverage.
it makes
Yeah.
it that much more likely that we might lose Baltic states and or Borneo.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't think they ever chose their Eastern Europe as their one.
No, it was from what I
I think the
remember.
earliest I saw was 2.
Yeah, they had 2, 3, and 4 at times. I don't think they ever had it as a 1.
Yeah,
In fact, usually their
Borneo they
1
did
was.
several times choose as one though.
Oh yeah,
1 or 2.
Borneo is by far their most likely 1, 2, or 1 or 2, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm ready to commit. How about you?
I just want to make sure. Let's go over our
Oh yeah.
picks.
Go ahead.
1 South Mexico for me. 2 Borneo. 3 Myanmar. 4 Nigeria. 5 Southern Horn. 6 Egypt.
Okay. I've got 1 Baltic states, 2 West Central Russia, 3 Gulf Coast, 4 Anchorage, 5 Nigeria, 6 Southern Horn, and then a 7 in Egypt on the 0.01% chance that it goes to it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna pick 7 in South Africa. It's never gonna happen. I don't care.
South Africa.
Yeah. This way I have like this beautiful diamond shape. It's
Oh,
interesting. Yeah.
amazing.
I know, right? Connect the dots or the stars.
Wow. Okay.
All
The
right.
star-shaped dots. The dot-shaped stars.
The numbers with stars around them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to commit.
All right, I've committed as well.
Turns advanced. We got 1. I got my 1-2. You got 1-3. So we know he's in Borneo, and there's no one in Finland. So awesome. That's probably safe. And considering that both Ural and Middle East was wastelanded, I can easily get this. The off chance that someone chooses Kazakhstan, even though they never chose a 1 pick or a 1 combo,
In any
1
of their games?
bonus in any of their games, I think it's exceedingly unlikely.
Yes,
Although,
exceedingly.
you know, they might have gone to like their 7 or 8 somehow, you know.
That would suck. Oh my gosh.
And they have like full knowledge of
No.
everything.
We were perfectly predicted. Gosh, no. They know exactly where all 4 of our picks are. That would be horrible.
It's possible.
But
Although exceedingly
unlikely.
unlikely.
Yes. I will not bet on that happening. So, we know they are in Borneo. This is excellent.
Yep.
So I will go to Indo-Chinese Peninsula, expand in Central America, and just in general be awesome, and we'll win.
Good.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah. Sounds like excellent.
Winning moves.
Trying
I
to figure out the
guess.
optimal way to do this. I need to get Eastern Europe after West Russia, so I'm trying to leave the leftovers close by. So I'll be finishing off Southwest Russia next turn.
Yeah, the one problem with this is the leftovers. Getting them back to Eastern Europe is not as easy as I'd like.
Yeah. Well, if you take a look at my moves, I think this is going. Oh, actually, I need a. That can only be an attack of 3 there. Okay. How did I put 5 there?
How did you do that?
No, somehow I messed up the
Witchcraft.
But yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have decent leftovers. The attack in Northwest Russia is gonna have leftovers that I can get back, and then the attack in after Volga, I'm gonna be hitting Southwest Russia, so I'll have leftovers for Ukraine.
Woohoo! All right. So I will not worry about someone going to Colombia. The only way that's even possible is someone starting in Amazonas and going up there first turn. You know, that'd just be weird.
Don't worry about it. The most likely counter for you is South U.S., I think.
South U.S. definitely. So I'm not even going to touch Caribbean yet. I'll touch that next turn. If he's there, I'll probably see him in Texas this turn, though.
Yeah. And you are capturing Indo-Chinese Peninsula, right?
Yes.
Are you guaranteeing that, or 80%?
Yeah. Oh, guaranteeing. It's vital to our strategy, so.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool stuff. Yeah, let me just look and see what you're doing. Well, you know what? Let me commit before I do that. There we go. You can see mine too.
Yay.
I like these. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Although it's unfortunate, like, it's a give and take thing where, I mean, you can't use the guys in Oh, wait. No, that's fine. Because you can move the leftovers from Northwest Russia back to Baltic.
Exactly.
Or, no, even better would be to go to West Central Russia and the next turn use them both to take Ukraine.
Well, Baltic States has the border with Ukraine as well, so.
Oh, well, good point. Yeah,
Doesn't
so
make a
it would be
difference.
better. Yeah, Baltic States would be better just because you can see more there. And you could potentially hit with 2 4s or 2 3s or something.
Yeah.
If you felt like it.
Yep. Looking good. I think
All
the
right.
picks turned out all right.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were hoping for, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting how we usually overlap our picks, but then when we face an opponent that overlaps our picks, we counter by not overlapping our picks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The counter to overlapping is not overlapping.
Well, it's when they overlap in a predictable manner. And we predict they're overlapping, so we say, you know what, let's counter that.
Exactly. Let's do it.
Yeah. So it really shows that the way to counter picks is by looking at what your opponent usually picks.
And then pick.
If they have a tendency to abuse it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Abuse their tendencies.
Use it against them. Well, anyways, we
Exploit
will
their
see what
weaknesses.
happens when turn advances.
Indeed we shall.